What's up, old Power Ass crew? Today on Tool Time Tuesday, we're checking out an air compressor from Gobege, 12 volt, compact, does a pretty good job. Let's check it out. So let's open the box and see what's in here. Oh, we got a nice little carrying bag going on here. Gobege, I guess that's how that's pronounced. I really have no idea. It goes like this. So we got 26 feet of air hose with the gauge. Sweet. Quick connect on that end. And it looks like that screws on the end of your valve stem core. We'll find that out in a minute, but that's what it looks like. What else we got going on in here? Here we go. It answers a little bit of a question. We got this, screws on the end of this. You clamp that onto the end of your valve stem on your tire, air things up. Cool. And then we have the compressor. Now we got a little pack of accessories. Got the little blow valve right here, one there, and we got a needle to blow up your beach ball, football, whatever it is you may need. As you can see, those tips are straight through, so that's just like to blow off dust or something like that. Screw these into that. Pretty cool. Now, checking out the label here on the air compressor, we got the voltage being 12 to 13.8 DC, maximum amperage, max pressure 150 psi, amperage 45 amps, airflow 180 liters per minute for those of you across the pond, or 6.35 CFM. Little instruction manual. I mean, it's only like, really, it's an air compressor, so how much do you need? So let's hook that air compressor up to my Jeep to see how it performs. Now we'll set it up here on the fender right beside my onboard air. We'll go hook it to the battery. Now, being that this thing pulls 45 amps, this is not anything you're going to plug into your cigarette lighter, okay? Take your negative, hook it up here. Take your negative, hook it up, and take your positive and hook it up here. Now, one thing I already see that I'm not exactly keen to is that they got a red here and a black here. Yes, it's absolutely trivial, but I mean, come on. If you had a red one here to put on, surely you had another red one to go right there. Come on now. So now what do we do? Let's turn it on. Okay, so she ain't the quietest thing in the world. So now let's get the hose, hook it up, and see how much pressure it builds up. Now to hook up your airline, this is to hook up your airline, to pull a quick disconnect back, slide her up on there, take a push, click, that locks it in place. And as of right now, I don't have any of the fittings or anything like that on the end of it, so we're just gonna go straight to full pressure and see what it does. Now, as you can see right here, I don't have any of the fittings in, so we're just going to turn on the compressor, let the gauge build up, and see what we get. So, I'm not 100% sure if it's supposed to seal or not. If it is, it's not. So, I'm going to put the tire valve in that thing and see if it's sealed with that. So, we take this. Screw it on. Screw it on getting tight. And let's see what we get now. So the air hose leaks and the tire adapter leaks. Okay, so hey, let's just see how well the compressor works. At this point, I'm going to take my 35s I got on my Jeep, and I'm going to take and deflate it till it's flat. We'll hook up the compressor and see how long it takes to blow that thing up to pressure. Cool? Go. So I got my little bag I keep in my Jeep. Open it up. That's what I use for my onboard air setup. Coiled up hose. Again, it's for my onboard air. And ta-da! Schrader valve tool. So now that we got this out, let's just air out of this 35. So this is going to take a minute. I'll turn the camera back on in a moment. It's getting lower. Now just in case anybody asks, right there's where I keep it. There's my air pressure. Running at 25 psi in the front. So our tire is now deflated. Put my finger over the valve stem. I got nothing. And just to prove to you guys, look at that. It ain't moving. So let's put the valve stem core back in. We'll go pump it back up. You take your core and just kind of put it in like that right there. And then take your tool and just screw it back in. Really simple. And you'll feel it get to the point where it bottoms out. And just keep your fingers, like right here, just kind of give it a twist. That's all you need. Don't grab hold of it right here, just crank it. You don't need that. Right here, a couple fingers and give it a good hard snug. You're good. Screw on the tire adapter. Come up here, lock this on. Put it on like that, and push your lever down like that. You got a good tight fit. Now I need to cut my wire tie here so I can run that up to the battery. So as you can see, I've got it hooked up. The black goes on the negative, the red goes on the positive. Come on down here to the compressor. As I showed you a moment ago, that's hooked up. Now I've got the stopwatch on my phone ready to go. My other finger's on the switch of the compressor. Ready, set. Stop 3-minute mark. It looks like we're at about 20 psi right now. Pump a little bit more into it. Ready, set, and all right, we're at 4 minutes. Where we at? There we go. 25 psi. We're done. Now, one of the questions is going to be, does your compressor get hot? Right there's not hot. Right there's not. Nope, not there. Now, right there. Now, this is definitely warm right there, but you got this cooling tube over top of that tube right there. So that right there is definitely really warm. So how much the head itself? It's warm, but it's not like owie warm. Now right there, ooh yeah. Yeah, that right there gets pretty warm right there. But that's pretty common because you're gonna have, number one, you got friction of the piston doing its thing. Plus, you got compressed air. Whenever you're compressing air always generates heat. So that's actually normal. Now earlier when we had up there on the fender testing it out, we had that leak right here and we had a leak there. Well, this is not leaking while it's pumping up the tires. So whenever you need to use the compressor and the hose and stuff, it's performing fine. I mean, it definitely gets the job done. Then once you're Then once you got your tire filled up to where you need it, pop this off. Pull it off. Some of you may go, ew, gross. Let me show you guys how to check your valve stem. Put a little spit on your finger. Put it against it. Look for it. Look for it. No bubbles. That's how you check your valve stem to make sure it's not leaking. Spit on it. The one thing I just noticed when I took the quick coupling off, this coupling has no knurl, no rough texture to really grip hold of. This slides on that very well. So whenever this gets hot, it slides even better. So it was kind of I had to work with it for a moment to get it to pop off. So it's all good. So this airline's 26 feet long. Just exactly how far can you go with this? Well, let's find out. Jeep Wrangler, YJ, let's walk around. Alright, grab the rear tire, pump it up from there. Come on around. Still going, still going. We're on the other side. Look at that. We can wrap it all the way around the Jeep. Sweet. And our power cord, heavy gauge wire, 8 feet of it, all the way up to the clamps on the battery. A big shout out to Gobege for sending me that air compressor to demonstrate to my power ass crew. Now, this compressor gets the job done in a pinch. Now, is it the fastest compressor on the market? Probably not. Is it the slowest? Absolutely not the slowest. I mean, come on, you know those ones you plug into a cigarette lighter and it takes it forever to pump up? No, ain't doing that. No, what if I had to? Now, one thing for sure, my onboard air is by a huge margin faster. I pulled up my video on my phone here, and I don't know if it's going to show on the camera here. Now, if you look real close, my onboard air did 1:29. But to be totally transparent, if you're going to run onboard air, you've got a lot of work to do. All the different parts you got to purchase, you got to convert the compressor over to from Freon to pumping air. All the little small parts you got to have some kind of storage tank. My back bumper on this rig right here is my storage tank. So this compressor right here, just to keep in the back or keep it stashed someplace, or this heavy duty plate here. This plate actually has holes right there on each one of the corners to where you can mount it somewhere if you wanted to. So actually it would still be a great compressor to keep in your rig. So my Power Addicts crew, if you guys like the idea of me getting Tool Time Tuesday back up and going again, hit that thumbs up. Then go down in the comments and say, hey, I would like to see you demonstrate such and such tool. If I have that tool, I'll demonstrate it. If I don't have it, maybe one of my friends do, and I'll borrow it from them and demonstrate it. Or I'll go to one of the auto parts store, and if they have it on loaner tool, I'll do the loaner tool program, bring it here, demonstrate on my rig, and show you guys how to use it. So everyone, if you found this video informational, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment below telling me what tool you would like for me to demonstrate to you. Peace. Later, y'all.